Uh-oh. Strange setting, isn't it? Hey, this is going to be a quick update where we're going and what we're doing in at least the next few weeks to months. Stay tuned. Okay. Hey, thanks for hanging out. As you can see, this is not a normal setting. It's not the shop. It's not the forest. But if you've been watching the channel long enough, you guys all know that I travel extensively through the week for my job, Monday through Friday, every week essentially, and have for quite a long time. Well, that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing some editing and I'm doing some pre-channel work. And so I kind of wanted to get this video out for you guys to know what's going on and what we're up to. Also, the last series that I did, the last long trip series that I did it in a vlog style fashion. I want to know in the comments down below if you guys like it more like that, so that you can see in depth how everything really goes for whatever you want to call us influencers, and how we trip and plan, things like that. Does it go to plan? And when we have obstacles, how do we cover them and how do we take care of them? And what are our option B's and C's and D's? If you like that, let me know, because I kind of feel like it gives you guys more of an in-tune experience with a day-by-day, long-distance, long-day travel expedition versus going out with some friends for 2 nights and a day and throwing a small video together. That's something, obviously we can all do. When you do a 10-dayer or longer, it's kind of hard to do that, because then you have to determine when you want to cut and break the movie streams up. So I kind of feel like you're losing a lot of the depth of the actual full vacation, because just the excerpts that you guys see is not the full time. And that's why I like the vlog status a little better, because it gives you morning and night and lunch and on-trail breaks and whatever for each day that we're on the trail. And so I kind of feel like it makes you be more in tune with how we do things and what the trip is about, and like where we're going and how much we enjoy it and stuff. Because just so you know, what I love best is being able to teach people things, show people things a way that maybe they're not doing it, and just give back, right? And so the traveling is super fun. I love it. That's a huge part of it. Editing I enjoy, because I like trying to be creative with things. But at the same time, it's about literally showing you guys the gray areas, the black areas, not just all the sparkle. Like, I want you guys to see what we really do and what we really go through. And I feel like the vlog style is a better way to do it. So again, you're not hurting my feelings. Let me know down below. Do you like it more pitched as some little short 15-minute just excerpts of what we're doing and some cool footage? Or do you like really seeing what's going on from day to day, and like how we're emotionally feeling and where our mental state is, like from the beginning of the trip and after breakdowns and trials on the trail, and how we're entering the next day? So let me know that. Second thing, we've got some things coming up on the channel. So coming soon, in almost a week and a half, is going to be the Mountain West Expo in Loveland, Colorado. Now, I don't have a lot of huge plans. Tiny Camper and Cupper and I were supposed to do things together, but the Florida office and the Utah office kind of couldn't get everything coordinated before. We were actually going to have the Raptor and Kong up at this expo so everybody could see it. There's been a lot of people wanting to see it in person to kind of understand the gravity of what you can take a Kong trailer into, and not just seeing it for face value with the additions that they sell, because there's so many things you could do to it, and not all of them have a fabrication shop and things like that they can just offer right off the showroom floor. So a lot of people had asked to bring it, so we were going to do that, but unfortunately the people that were required to get the space ended up waiting till actually August 1st, and on August 1st there were no vehicle-specific spaces available any longer, the 30 by 40 vehicle-specific, where you can actually have a vehicle in your booth. So we weren't able to make that happen. Unfortunate it is, but I'm still taking the Raptor. The Raptor's going up with it. A good friend of mine, Richard Lamas, he's starting a new TikTok and an Instagram page. He just got a 22 Raptor, and you'll see a video on that here soon. We did some small mods to it to get it ready for this trip coming up. But nevertheless, circling back around, we'll do the expo. After the expo, we're going to take a big trip. And so when I'm in the expo, basically what I'm going to be doing there, I'm going to be giving away, just so you guys know, giving away shirts and stickers while I'm there. Free shirts and stickers. We're just giving them away. We'll give them to some of the influencers. We'll give them to people that just recognize me. And so we'll do that. We'll hand out lots of stickers. And then I really just want the vehicle to be out in person and so people can see it, because a lot of people, they have so many questions about it, the Raptor platform for overlanding, because let me tell you something, and I'm sure people are going to have a problem with this, but listen, just the brands that you see on every popular channel doesn't mean that they're the only things that can be used to do this. Like, I was super proud of Donald from South Road to West coming out with a Nissan. I have two good friends that have them. They both have Pro 4Xs and they love them. I love the little trucks. They're super cool. And they're just as capable as any of the other stuff you see out there. So, like, branch out. Do anything to not be like everybody else. And so, I'm a huge proponent of that. And that's why I think I get a lot of draw and a lot of communication on my fabrication stuff. Because people want to see how you build things. Can they do it? Can they achieve it? With some training and, you know, teaching techniques and stuff like that. Could they do that so they could build their own things? Because, again, the machine doesn't care that you buy their bumper or not. Somebody else will just come along and buy their bumper. But the pride you'll get out of building a bumper and designing the bumper and seeing it from start to finish is huge. So that being said, I want to be out there and talk to those guys and stuff. But again, my whole deal is this channel, and I'm not saying I wouldn't take money to create content. What I'm saying is it's not my specific personal goal to do that. I have a career. I've been a wireless engineer for 18 and a half years. So I've got a very steady and strong occupation. That being said, I love creating the content. I love bringing you guys things that I find just really inviting about nature, because I feel like the entire process is super awesome. Like the pre-weeks building up where you're figuring out who's going to go with you, and then all the planning, all the different ways people plan, and like sharing each other's routes, and oh, well, I would do it this way and I would go this way, and then you overload those things on like a Gaia GPS or something on a platform, and when you see it, you're like, oh man, I would have never thought about going that way, or I would have done this differently. But I love that whole process. And then going and seeing people in their element and seeing people struggle and change and have field breaks on vehicles that are not supposed to break down. Well, guess what, guys? The trail is hard. And if you actually hit the trail and do lots of miles on it, it'll beat your stuff. It'll beat your stuff apart. It really will. And so that's something that I want to keep doing, and I want to, you know, show that side of it. I love building my own stuff. I love helping and doing things for others and building onto their rigs. So that's what we have coming. So when I'm at Expo, a lot of things I'm going to do. I'm going to communicate with a bunch of people as far as if they're doing anything as far as traveling after the Expo, because we've got about a 10-day window after that we can do things. And then tentatively, I'm going to do some simple interviews, because I have got some plans for the Raptor. So before we get on the plans for the Raptor, I'll tell you about the following part of this trip. So after the Expo, that Sunday, depending on when I get done getting as much content out as I need of the Expo, we're going to take off. And when I say we're, myself and Richard and the other Raptor, we're headed like northwest. We're going to come straight out of Loveland and go west and catch up to the CDT, the Continental Divide Trail, and from there we're going to take it straight up. We're going to go into the north part of Colorado, into Wyoming, from Wyoming to Montana. We're going to go through the Tetons. We're going to go through Yellowstone. We'll end up in Montana. We'll turn. We thought about doing the Magruder corridor and then coming down south and hitting Salt Lake City. And the reason why is I talked to the guys at Harker Outdoors, and they've got a really cool truck camper, a canopy camper. And so I've talked to them, and I want to spend a little time with them looking at their facility and looking at that. We all know that I'm considering that type of camper for the truck. Not getting rid of Kong. I'm not saying that I'm getting rid of Kong. Just for when it's more conducive to be fast and nimble than, with the trailer. The neat thing about the trailer is, like, when we do the beach or something like that, I can take this guy with me and set it all up, and we have a base camp, and it shields the wind and stuff like that. But being more nimble in places where we want to go, like Black Bear Pass and things like that. So I'm looking for a canopy camper. I've talked to Alucab. They don't have a fitment kit for my truck. I've talked to Super Pacific. Really nice dudes, and they had a lot to say, and they wanted to talk more. And then I talked to the guys at GFC, and so there's a lot of things in the works right now, and we'll just have to figure that out. So anyway, after we leave Salt Lake City, we're going to travel down and then come across into the central part of Utah. We're going to hit San Rafael Swell, come out of there, probably hit Swing Arm City with real Raptors, and that was a shot at Chase Gentry. He was playing around in a Bronco on our heels. Anyway, we'll do that, and then from there we'll come over across to Moab. Richard's never been into Moab proper, just around, and so I'm going to bring him into there, and then from there we'll just finish on a trip coming down into New Mexico, the corner of Colorado, and then back to Texas. So some big stuff coming up, and that's why I was asking about prior in the video, the vlog series and how you want it done. I think it would really be neat to be documented day by day, because every day that CDT trail is going to be far different, and the gentleman that created it, and his name is Rob from Overland Bound. He didn't create the specific trail, but the trail that we're going to be going on, he just created from start to finish, him and a friend. There may have been 3 of them, but anyway, I got together with him, and he sent me the email, the GPX files, and he's been super encouraging. So we're going to tackle a lot of that, and I wanted to give him a lot of props because he's a very nice individual, and he's entrusting us with this stuff. So we're going to come back with lots of pictures and lots of stuff for them to see. And so we're going to do that, and then from there, I mean, it's really, we're just kind of point and shoot. So other than a few destinations we want to look at. Fabrication. So I'm really happy where the Raptor is right now. So when we got back from the last trip, the Raptor it underwent a few changes. One of the changes was I needed a set of leafs in the back, and so I went to a local company called Juke Spring in Amarillo. Great dudes. I've been using them for work vehicles for a long time. These guys are very vetted in the business, and they do everything from every small type of car to large 18-wheelers and huge pieces of equipment that I see in their yard. That being said, they did a really good job on the Raptor, so we got the rear end up. The next big thing is, I know that I just finished that bumper, the rear bumper, right before that trip, and I love the double swing and all this stuff, but guess what? I'm going to have a video coming out soon called the Super Swing 2.0, Super Single Swing 2.0. And the reason being is I just found it cumbersome to operate when on the trail and doing things quickly in a quickly manner, trying to get both open and get them out of the way and get in the bed and all that stuff. So now I redid the whole back bumper, almost. Probably I took it down to about 85%. I changed the rest of it. So 85% of it's roughly, maybe less than that. 75% of it's roughly the same, and then the other 25% I completely rebuilt. So that's done. Plans in the future. We've already talked about one of them. It's going to be the canopy. We're going to replace that camper shell with the canopy camper at some point. Had to figure out which ones, because some have long lead times. I'm really fixated on the Vagabond as well. The Vagabond looks like a really neat piece of kit, and the reason being is because the fully deployed bed, you still have a standing room area, and you don't have to take panels out. It's completely separate from that, so that's a huge game changer. I can stand up, brush my teeth, get dressed, make coffee, look out the window, stand up and work on my laptop, all with the confines of the camper, raining, snowing like last year on us. So those are huge things. Next things. We have a couple changes So when I got the truck, it had the original 3.0 Fox shocks on it, and that was because when the gentleman ordered the 3.0 Kings, adjustable coilover Kings in the front, they didn't have the rear bypasses available. So all he could get was a set of factory 3.0s. So he put those on there. So I've got to get those upgraded, but I'm going to have to order them, and they say it's a 6-month lead time at least. So I'm going to, when we get back from Loveland, from the Mountain West Expo, I'm going to go ahead and put those things in order so we can get those coming. I've already ordered a set of Nitro 488 gears from Nitro, and they hooked me up a pretty good deal. I just called them and told them what I was doing and told them a little bit about me, and they were super nice and ate the shipping and did some really cool things for me. So I'm waiting on those. I think they said that they should ship like 1st of September, so they'll be coming in. And then, of course, that's gears front and back. And because I feel like I always talk about having a mechanical advantage because that reduces stress on everything else. So could I just live with what I have? Yes. Should I? No, because I'm just doing detrimental wear and tear to the vehicle when you don't need to. So we're going to go to 488s, pick up some of that weight, and kind of handle it a little bit better. The 37 speed locks, you can definitely tell the difference. And in the way I built it, too, it'll be a little bit different. At the same time, again, this circles back to, hey, let's beat it up, but let's be smart about it. And if we can do something smarter, let's do it. I will be adding an Eaton front E-locker to the front of the Raptor as well. That also will not be available till like mid-September. So all those things are in plan, and they've been ordered and purchased. But like I said, I do it off Patreon and I do it off the channel. And so, you know, viewership and all that stuff, you know, dictates when this stuff gets ordered, how it gets ordered, you know, all those kind of things. And so, again, if you want to see those videos and you like seeing it, you know, consider, you know, helping me out with it. Sanding discs and materials and cutting wheels and paint and sanding paper and steel, the material, all that stuff costs. And so it takes a while to accumulate things. And so we have a Patreon if you want to help in that fashion. It's www.patreon.com/Maximum Overland. And like I said, I use it for the channel. It doesn't pay my light bills. It doesn't go to me eating food. I wouldn't buy anything specific with it. The shirt that I got on was a shirt that was given to me by one of our MMA fighters and BJJ. So, like, come on, man. I mean, I'm frugal with it. I try to do my best. I mean, we're talking about an Overland Raptor build where I got out of the Jeep, you know, for a reason, because it was over 100,000, and I bought that thing for 32,000. So, I mean, it goes to the right place. I assure you that. And so, there's that. But there is one big thing coming. Now, I've had a long-standing relationship with a certain speed shop, which I can't name. But during the whole, if you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you know the whole Jeep JLU that I had and the RIP Supercharger or Pro Charger, however you want to claim it to be, situation was going on. A couple of places stepped up to me and were offering to help because at that point in time, Chrysler was having an issue with RIP and RIP was having an issue with Chrysler, and there was a lot of information going back and forth because they were wanting to tune certain ways and different ways, and you know, hey, we need to change these gear sets. We went from the original 410s to 513s to 488s. So like we did it all. We did the gauntlet trying to make it work. And so anyway, this shop heard, obviously I was down on my luck, you know, with my job and stuff and what had happened with my job and taking a considerable hit. And so they stepped up with the big thing. So all I know, or all I can tell you, is that I can't tell you exactly what it is yet, but it makes a really, really cool whining sound. And when it's coupled with a 6.2 liter V8, it's really going to be neat. And the deal they made me, there was literally no way that I could say no to them. And when they originally touted it would take 3 months, well, I'm supposed to be getting it in less than a month time from the time we shook and said yes to now. So That's crazy. That'll be neat to see, because that'll be a game changer too. It'll change things a lot. So that's all I got for that. As far as moving forward, we have this big trip coming, and then I'm just going to continue trying to work on the fabrication videos. I'm going to continue trying to work on the Raptor and get it to where it needs to be. It's already super impressing me. It is, and I know people just don't really understand, and I think it's a lot of driving and stuff like this, but I'm telling you, in the rocks, it's been great. It's been great on the rough roads and slick roads and muddy roads, and so I can't wait to see it in the snow this year. Like, I want to do some snow wheeling this year, and I want to do another big snow wheeling trip, and so we have that coming up, and so there's definitely more things in the works as far as fabrication and trips. So I appreciate all your support. I really, really do. I know that you guys look at this and assume it's not as hard as it is sometimes, but I'll assure you this. I work a full-time job, and this for sure, videoing, editing, and stuff like that, equates in hours to a full-time job. For this short little video, 20-minute video, I'll do, I don't know, 5 hours of editing just to get it right. So, and then uploading and downloading and all this stuff. So it really does take some time, and I don't mind. But that being said, there's still lots to come on the channel. And yes, it's going to be the Raptor. I don't know when I've already been asked this a million times, guys. I don't know when or if I'd go back to a Jeep and all that stuff. And if I could, it would be financially, because I was in a far better place. And the only thing I would really want to go back to would be a JLU 392, because I feel like that covers so many of the bases that we try to get to once we purchase a regular one. So anyway, as they're watching this, I'll be walking around videoing and trying to spread the word about my channel and just enjoying it. And then after that, I'll be headed to some really amazing places, and I am super blessed to get to do it. That's why I'm so passionate about showing it to you guys. Like, that's why I'm so passionate about showing to you as much as I can. Not just one 15-minute video for 10 days. I want to show you every day and how it's broken up, because I feel like that is me giving you back the time you're giving me. So anyway, stay calm, stay cool, and I appreciate your support all the time. Thanks for watching, guys. Start.